This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and I'm actually here to talk to you about my 1995 Subaru Legacy L Outback. But this kind of applies to any used car that somebody might buy. Usually, if I don't have any record of the fluids, belts, hoses, tune-up items, I end up doing those right away. And as such, I did place an order for some stuff, and I'm going to show you what I got. Just to recap, I have already done the spark plugs in that car, but even though I believe the engine oil and coolant are relatively fresh, I don't have records of anything else. I'm going to start here and show you what I have in this box. Obviously, you have the AC belt and the alternator / power steering belt. I don't believe the air conditioner works in this car, but I'm not sure what the issue is yet. In the spring I am going to take a look at that. But bottom line, I am getting some belt squeal now when it's cold. I checked and the belts do seem to be tensioned okay. So I really think it's just a case of old, dry belts. So there's those. I am going to be doing all the car's hoses. You can see here the upper and lower radiator hoses. I think this is the lower. It's a molded hose. For the upper, I actually got a flex hose. Here you can see a gasket set. I'm not 100% sure which this one is at the moment, but I already opened the box. Oh yeah, these are exhaust manifold gaskets. Normally not a wear and tear item, not something I would replace on its own, but I was under the car to do the transmission fluid change, and I noticed that the exhaust had been replaced at some point, but it's completely missing one exhaust stud, and at least one stud has been replaced with a bolt. So I want to go in there, put in new exhaust studs, and when I do that I'm going to have to drop down the manifold, and I may as well put in new exhaust manifold gaskets. And I have new exhaust studs and nuts for those out in the garage. Here is the transmission cooler, the automatic transmission filter cooler line. The lines themselves look old, so I am going to replace that. In here is a new fuel filter. Once again, just bought the cheapest one I could find. I'm not really worried about the quality. But I have no idea how old the old one is. Next, I also have a brand new radiator cap here. I've only ever had a problem with the radiator cap once in the past, and that was actually with a replacement that after a while didn't seal properly anymore. But once again, cheap cap, cheap insurance. Moving on, I've got two of these, and these are actually steering rack boots. It is torn on one side of the car, so I have to do at least one in the immediate future, but I may end up doing them both. This is an item that's actually going to wait until I have better weather. In here is a brand new PCV valve. Once again, just because I don't know how old the old one is, maybe original to the car, and it's just a good piece of cheap insurance. In here, another set of Fel-Pro gaskets, and I think this is actually the valve cover gasket set. Yes, two valve cover gaskets and the valve cover grommets. This is normally not something I would go ahead and replace right away, but I did notice that the old ones in the car were leaking. Finally, in this box right here is a new air filter for the car. Got it from Rock Auto, and never really had a problem with these before. Once again, I certainly don't mind buying a cheap filter and replacing it a little more often. Sometimes it does tend to be a little more cost effective with these really cheap filters. So that's what I have. Like I said, I have a few more parts in the garage. The exhaust studs, a couple more hoses, and I think a few more small items, but this is all good stuff, so once it's replaced, the car will be that more reliable, with parts that aren't going to fail because of age. So this is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is some of the stuff I'm going to be replacing in the car. I probably won't do videos for all of it, but maybe for some of it. So thanks for watching.